Well, there's the transmission tunnel complete. I'm not proud of it, if you're wondering, but it just needs to be functional and safe enough for me to get through. I've just used some edging from the aluminium that was shipped with it, so I've got nothing else for the time being, but it's in there, so it will do. So the next task is now to put this side in, which should just be a bolt-in panel. Well, there's the left-hand side transmission tunnel panel, and it should hopefully just pop back in without too much trouble. Well, I've popped it in there. It needs to go in one piece by one piece at a time, but I've just left it there for now because without actually putting any fasteners on it, because we've got to do the extinguisher. So that might be soon one of the next jobs, I think. Okay, so the next stage is to start to install the fire extinguisher. I've got an RRS one here, so I've got the bottle, aluminium hoses, hose clips, and the mounting brackets are there. 6 nozzles, 4 for engine, 2 for driver, a load of T-pieces and pull brackets. Now, an extinguisher was fitted before, so I've got cable locations, and but the nozzle locations have to be sort of rethought about, and where the actual aluminium, not cable, but aluminium tube routes as well. So basically these brackets mount to the floor, and that's it. Those two mount on, and then the hose wraps wrap around the bottom and secure it to the floor. So Greg's bought the scales, so let's just weigh in the car. We're at 381, is that right? Oh crikey, we're going to be short. That's with the extinguisher in as well. Okay, so we've just weighed it with all the bodywork on, and we come out at 475.5 with a little bit of fuel in it. So we do need to add about 5 kilos, which I might have somewhere. Okay, so the fire extinguisher is going to go in there. Because we're about 5 kilos underweight, what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld it in a sheet in there, a 5mm thick piece of metal, like this, and I'm going to mount the extinguisher to it, and then that will bring us up to weight. So there we go, there's the plate just in situ. So I'm going to put 4 holes in for ballast, and then holes as well for the extinguisher. And that way, if we need to add extra ballast, or someone needs to add extra ballast, we can put the ballast on below the extinguisher and have it all in this single location. Okay, so you can see I've got those. Countersunk threaded 8mm bolts in there. So this is underneath or on top of the floor of the car, and that way we can just bolt down the extinguisher and also leave some extra space for any additional ballast to be bolted to, like so. So the extinguisher will go on top of that. I just need to check to see if those bolts are too long. I might have to go for a shorter bolt, but yeah, I want a long enough bolt that we can add additional ballast if required. That's not too bad. Okay, I've just stitched that in with a couple of welds there and 4 welds there. So that is the fire extinguisher sighted and ballast plate. Next we need to put the piping in for the extinguisher, but I'm going to wait until Greg, who's run off to sort the tyres out, I'm going to wait for him to come back before I do that. So next job, I am going to do some bars. If you remember, we had a rear droop issue, i.e. we've got no droop at the rear. I've got these were originally in the front. Now these are pretty much the same length as what's there, and I need to shorten them. I'm actually going to make 2 new ones out of mild steel and some threaded bushings that I've got. But yeah, I'm basically going to do it 2 inches shorter than this and put the rose joints in, and that will give me hopefully some droop and more ability to actually raise the ride height as well. That's similar to what is in the rear for the droop, not droop control, but the ride height droop linkage. So I've knocked up these shorter ones, which should mean that we actually now have droop at the rear. I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to swap them out. It may be a trackside thing, but they're made at least. So yeah, that's another job done. And there she is, she's in. So that's there, the piping goes through there. One there and one behind there. Oh, I haven't put that one in, I've missed one. And there as well. Well, that's it for today. We've done all the big jobs. It's Wednesday evening. We've still got 2 days. The race is on Saturday, so we've still got 2 days to do all the small jobs. There are quite a lot of small jobs, but they are all small jobs. We've weighed it, we've made sure that we're at the right weight, and we've also put the extinguisher in today and blanked off a lot of spaces around the driver area. So yeah, it's actually looking quite good now. Greg's left and he's pretty happy with the progress, so yeah, roll on tomorrow and we'll get all those other little jobs done.